Hey, it's Don, the Auction Professor here. Today I'm going to pack up some items. I'll probably throw some time lapse. We'll probably cut to some larger shots so you can see kind of how I prepare some of my boxes and things. So it's something like 32 or 33 items, and that's just from this one store. You can't process both stores on the same bulk shipping slip. It just doesn't work that way because they're different accounts. So I'll have several bulk shipping slips to have scanned. Sometimes I have 3, sometimes more. I'd rather just have that piece of paper and I'll just line them up so when the post office employee comes, they can deet, and then they're all done. So what I'll do is I'll sort my list and my managed orders waiting shipment, and then I'll add the name of the person they're actually going to as the header. So it'll just have the item description and then the person's name on top of it, and then I use that information. I write the name of whoever it's going to on the actual package. Now I know other people do it this way too. Some people use the zip code, but with the zip code there could be several going to the same exact zip code, which does happen occasionally. So like in a big city, New York or something like that. So literally that's what I do. It's the name, and you can sort your orders waiting for shipment by all kinds of little factors there. You can add certain details in, you can leave certain details out. I just put the essentials in a photo, the title, the price for shipping, and then the person's name. As little information as I need to mess with. That way I don't have to worry about any other things when I'm pulling it out. Keep it simple. It takes just a minute to customize any of the actual search results or your lists on eBay. At least in the hub it does. There's a customize button up on the top right. It's right next to the print button. That's what I use for everything. Every one of my screens is customized for my own personal need. But we're going to go on, and I'm just going to start pulling some items, so you'll see me bopping back and forth, and we will go from there. Okay, so now everything goes in plastic if it hasn't been. I use these here. These are 5x7 poly bag sleeves. Basically, they're 2 mil. And then I use the postcard sleeves. Almost everything you see here is one of these. The only other thing that I use are some Walmart bags, which are these great value twist tie bags. These are the best. 100 of them. It's like $2.96 for these. And I'll stick stuff like these cars and things like that in them too. Everything else, as you see, goes into these two, these postcard, which are 3 and 11/16 by 5 3/4, or as I said, the 5x7s. I order these in 5 or 10,000 lots at a time. You get them much cheaper. They come in bulk. I can go through 5,000 in no time. And then these, the 5x7s, I usually order in 5,000 count when I can get them that big. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck to buying them at 1,000 at a time. So anyway, that's the main ones that I use. That's pretty much what I use for today. And I've got some bigger ones too for like the 78s and such forth that I use too. So these are the next size up bags here. And then I'm just going to sit here and we're going to tape it all up. This is literally what I do for everything. Everything gets sealed, taped, closed to the best of its ability. Oops, I should have taped it the other way, but we will fix it. We're going to go ahead and finish taping all these sealed. I'll do some time lapse here real quick. We'll speed up this for you. On some of them, I actually use these too, if they spend a lot of money. This is 150 bucks worth of labels, so it's just going to go in one of these. I seal everything in airtight so that water can't get in. I'll tape everything shut, every single thing. Some people think it's overkill, but I have a very, very high success rate with nothing getting damaged. So, and then I stick them in the 5x7, the top loaders as well too. Now this is a standard postcard top loader. Okay, from here I take the cardboard, and I'm going to show you how to do this cardboard at the end. These are just from Walmart boxes, but I just literally fold it. It's easy to fold. There's like a ribbing in the cardboard, and you just fold it at those ribbings. It's taped up. I have these desktop tape dispensers. They work awesome. I use them for everything. Goes in the 6x9 poly bag. I pull off the little thing, and I usually just shove it inside the bag. No big deal. Seal it up. And then we're going to just write the name of the buyer on the actual envelope or poly bag, whatever you want to call it. That's the easiest way, as I said. And then you can't mix them up with another one. Okay, now, so for like jewelry and stuff that I've got this necklace I'm going to go out. I just keep just odd pieces of bubble wrap around. I buy it in big, huge bulk from what's called end caps, or end cuts, I should say. When people order the bubble wrap, they have it cut to certain sizes, and at the end of the day, these huge rolls have some like small segments left that they can't sell because they're oddball sizes, and you can get like 400 or 500, 600 feet of this stuff, like 12 inches across, for like $15. It's like 400 feet. You can no way beat that price. I'll double wrap stuff like this with the bubble wrap. Again, it's dirt cheap for me. I don't buy it anywhere else but these kind of places. Usually the box manufacturers are the best place to get this kind of stuff. Double tape it and stuff, and then I'm just going to wrap it in the same cardboard I use for the postcards and stuff. That's literally what I do with all this kind of stuff here, as you can see. Tapes up, tape it. I usually tape from both directions on any kind of cardboard. That way it can't slide out anyway. And then it goes in a 6x9 bag, just like pretty much everything else that I have. So it takes a minute to get it in there, depending on the size. Usually it's really easy and it just slides in real quick. And then it's pulling off the little tape and stuff on these too. So that's not much to it. Sometimes it's a little hard to line it up. It takes just a second or so, but no big deal. It still beats a box, and it definitely beats the price of a box for some of these items. It is cheap. I've got nothing into it. These boxes that I cut up like this are like 70 cents, and then I can send 16 items for that same 70 cents. And of course, the customers, the buyers, pay for postage, which actually covers part of the cost on my shipping supplies too. So stuff like these train cars here, I just grab whatever I have around. I buy stuff all the time. We buy it in bulk and stuff. I usually keep wrapping material all over the place around here, just in case I got something coming or going. I'll go pick up big lots, and sometimes we'll have to wrap it up and stuff. Like with some of the records, we had to rebox most of them because they were shelved in a like a storage unit, literally, and I just had no way to do it, so we had to bring a bunch of boxes and stuff. But anyway, everything just goes in the boxes here. You see these are the free eBay boxes. I've used these, you know, for quite some time, since they started forcing us to get them. You're stuck with them, so I order the same size. These are the small. I think they're 6x4x4, 6x6x4. I can't remember which, but everything is pretty much goes into those size of boxes. So anyway, and then I just cram in whatever I have around. Again, I save all these plastics as long as it's clean, like cut pieces from like labels or whatever it is, like Walmart bags or anything like that. When I RA or something like that, I save all those bags. All those bags are packing material. Some people say I overkill on the tape, but I've done it this way forever. I don't care if it takes a little longer. They're going to get there without issue. I get excellent feedback. I really don't have much issues with shipping. So, and again, like everything else, I write the actual person's name who it's going to on every box. I'll weigh them out too later on and know the weight. I can pretty much tell you most of these are like 7 ounces, these ones I'm wrapping up now. Just like this one here, same thing. I'll just wrap it up in some more bubble wrap, and that's literally what I do with it. I double it sometimes. If you fold it right, you can get an extra like thickness of bubble on the important sides of it. So I'll fold it one way one time and the other way another time, and then just wrap it around. And just like everything else, it gets double taped. That way it's not going to unwrap at all. So, and it's going to go in the same boxes that I use for pretty much everything else, the eBay boxes. I use whatever I can get. So most of everything I use are the Walmart boxes, just because I send a lot of flat paper items from this one. Now I order other boxes from local box manufacturers, like if you get RA or something, and of course Home Depot for the big boxes that you would use to ship off to Amazon or something similar to that. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've done RA or done some of the FBA stuff. So anyway, and again, just like everything else, I save this stuff. Everybody saves it for me. No one returns it back to the store in those recycle bins. It gets recycled here as packing material. I've had people ask me to send that. You got to watch out, though, because there's some laws that you can't actually use those bags in some counties, believe it or not. I was kind of surprised that that was the case, but it honestly is. So anyway, and again, I tape up all the edges. Every edge that's, you know, would be opened is taped shut. And then it's back to the names written on them. Now here's how I get the actual strips that I use for the small papers and stuff. This is the Walmart small box I use this pretty much all the time. It's 14 by 14, I think by 12 or something like that, or it's 14 by 14 by 14. I cut it into strips, and then from the strips I can actually so sides basically. I cut it into 4 sides, and then each side makes 4 of these little slats here that I use to wrap up the postcards and stuff. And I use the flap itself, and I just cut the cardboard down the flap. That's my line. You don't have to measure anything. And then you fold the next section, and literally you cut it at the seam. So it's that simple. The box marks it off for you exactly where to cut. No measurements, nothing. You just fold it at a flap, and then cut at the flap, and then cut at the seams. And then at the end of the day, you got a bunch of these. Okay, and so from there, it's just a matter of putting the labels on. As you see here, they're all boxed up. You know, they're all in there real neatly. I actually put everything in there so they can see the labels side up. I stick the actual sheet on top. And if you've got a bunch of bins, you know, that's how I do it. I separate each sheet per each actual bin. So 1 bin, 1 sheet usually. That's usually what I do, unless I can stack them together. So that's all there really is to it. I didn't show you the actual sticking the labels on it, but that's just a matter of a few moments. You just line up the label name with the actual name you wrote on the actual package. So that's really all there is to it. As I said, I do ship several times a day, and I do have to ship twice at the same time because of different stores. So we only can ship from 1 store at a time. You can't just multi-batch them together and get a separate master scan sheet for each store. You have to have one for each individual store. You just can't do them at the same time, just FYI. Same with Amazon and the whole works. I also ship and use UPS, Airborne, and FedEx too. So all tied in. You can all get business accounts for pretty much any of those. Even the post office, through actually the post office site as well too, which we have, so I can print some things. eBay is always the best bet. It's always cheaper in the whole works for whatever we do. And again, I don't pay for shipping, so for me, I just charge whatever's going. I do calculated rates for every single item out there, as you see. So, and as I said, since they do pay for shipping, I'm not worried about, you know, when shipping rates go up, because the way I have it set up in my eBay store, it just goes with the flow. As long as your weights are correct when you put the item in, the shipped weight, you know, and the size and dimensions, you'll never have a problem with calculated shipping. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.